Well, it looks like 2016 is coming to an end. We're legitimately about 24 hours away from New Year's Eve, and I wanted to take the time, guys, to go on ahead and reflect on the past year, and I wanted to take the time to talk to you guys about some personal stuff. It's been a bumpy road, 2016, and a quick little disclaimer for those of you who are technically normally here for Dragon Ball or Grand Theft Auto or any of those games of that nature, or perhaps topics, and you're probably unfamiliar with these kind of videos that I do. But first things first, I wanted to talk to you guys about, the year and what's coming in 2017. So I would highly appreciate if you guys can just stick on through the entire video because I have a lot of personal things to say, and some of which you guys have never known about me before. And I want to start this video off by saying thank you. I want to say thank you to each and every single person that has been supporting me, that has been through this entire journey from the very beginning back in 2012. It's kind of like, surprising and a little creepy to know how fast, time has gone. I remember, December 2015 almost as if it happened yesterday. And I wanted to say ever since, the channel has seen a tremendous amount of growth, positive feedback, and personally, on a personal level, from one human being and one individual to many others, I wanted to say thank you all so very much for your love, for your support, for your admiration, for your feedback, believing in me, because there were times where I didn't even believe in myself, and that's coming from a very personal space. This year has been a very intriguing year, I would say, because I have had a lot happen. I've had a lot of good things happen. I've had a lot of bad things happen, and many of which I'm grateful for, because if it were not for those circumstances, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And I wanted to say that after interacting with a lot of you guys, after talking to a lot of you guys, I've befriended many people over the year and gotten to know a lot of people on a personal level. And so I wanted to take the time to say thank you all for everything you guys have done for me. And the one thing that I really hope I did on my end was put a smile on your face. And I know that may seem a little cheesy or whatever. Some people might say, oh man, that seems a little cliche. But if you think about it, man, I've been here for a very long time. I've been on YouTube way before many of your favorite YouTubers had channels. I was here since 2006, on and off, on and off. And having to look back now, almost 4,000 videos later, I really hope that throughout the year, I've had the privilege and the honor to entertain you, inform you, and just keep you in high spirits. Now, 2016 may have been a rough year for many. I would have to say last year was one of my most difficult years, I would say, in terms of both as a person, professionally, personally, whatever. And this year I've gotten to, pretty much learn more about myself than I previously have gotten a chance to do, in which case I was able to pick out and realize who my real friends are, and having to understand the premise of responsibility, more responsibilities this year than any other. And so right off the bat, if it were not for you guys, I would be in a very dark place. And to think, it was inconceivable to reach almost 300,000 subscribers, almost a year later. I think I'm at 279,000 at the time of this recording. And I'm very gracious of that, because I didn't even expect for that to happen. Literally, going into the year, I had goals for the channel. I was hoping to at least reach 200, and then I made myself a little goal, and I said to myself, well, what if we can reach 250 by the end of the year? And we've exceeded that. We've exceeded that by almost 30,000. So you guys have truly been a blessing to me as an individual. And to that, I have to say thank you all so very much for everything you guys have done. Even the people that, for some whatever reason, cannot stand me or don't like me. I'm not the one with a problem against someone. Sometimes it's those who have a problem against me. It's their problem on me, that I don't really share a problem with anyone. I don't really despise anyone. I've seen a lot of negative comments, and I've seen a lot of stuff in the past, and I don't really hold a gripe against anybody. It's the internet, man. This is YouTube. But there's so many people here to thank, and just having to look back on, and formally friendships. Over the last year, I've gotten to know so many great people, establishing friendships with my friend JR Sayan, Rudy. He's an incredibly weird guy, very weird guy, but very humble kid, very cool ass kid, man. He's been a very, very special person to me. He's helped me out a lot when it came to conversating about personal stuff and just getting to know the guy more. Obviously enough, Super Saiyan Paul, that's my brother. I've known him for a while now. Always been a dribble dick. I've gotten to meet tons of people like Prince Vegeta. I've gotten to talk to him on a very personal level, and I've known Prince Vegeta now for many years, but I've never gotten a chance to know the person, the individual behind the camera as much as I did this year, and having to formulate a very good friendship with him and having to learn more about him and also having to learn more about myself. I've gotten to meet Boma Bunny, which is Boma on YouTube. She has her own channel. Very sweet person, very sweet girl. My friend Emish. I've gotten to meet so many people. A lot of you guys as well in the comments. I was talking to a lot of you guys through Twitter, Instagram especially, Facebook here and there whenever I have a chance. And I do want to apologize. I want to apologize for not being as responsive. And I'm going to get into why in a little bit, in which case that leads into the negatives of what happened this year. But I try my best to try to talk back to as many people as I can, to reach back to as many people as I can. And this video goes out to everyone, every single person that's watching this. I mean, even if you care, I'm not expecting anyone out there to legitimately care about me as a person, because let's face it, I mean, how could you ever expect someone over the internet to care about you when they don't even know you? But a lot of you guys have been very gracious to me. And I've gotten to learn a lot about most people that I've never gotten to know, learn before. I've gotten to there was several people actually. I met this guy named Diego. He's a subscriber of mine. I really hope that he's watching this. Diego, a subscriber of mine, actually drove here. I believe it was from Tennessee, to not only visit his family, but to meet me. And that's just like, who takes the time to do that, and it really meant a lot to me that someone actually did that. And I really hope that Diego as well. Last time I saw him was at Comic-Con actually, and he was dressed up as Vegeta and stuff. Really cool stuff, but that just goes to show how nice people can be, how humble people are. And one of the morals of this video is to recognize and be humble. Now granted, that leads into the negatives. This year I've gotten into many I wouldn't say altercations, because nothing physical ever happened, but I would say that I've gotten into many arguments with many people. Some people may be a little misinformed and they don't really quite understand me as well as I wish they could. Sadly enough, certain friendships had to come to an end with certain people. That's because of whatever said reason. And so even with that, I've learned as a person that I don't really regret befriending someone or more or less trusting someone, but more or less not compromising in a way. Sometimes, more often than not, people don't want to compromise with you. They just look at you and they see, well, I stand on my premise and my basis and you're wrong for whatever reason, when said party can actually be on an even, playing field. Because I don't feel like the internet or anything else should come in between a friendship. But unfortunately enough, some things have, with many of your favorite YouTubers, of course. But you know what? I don't hold any gripes. I wish them well. I really do. And as me as an individual, I've had a lot of things happen to me personally at home that bear a lot of responsibility to me and ultimately affected me. And I would say that a lot of you guys have driven me in more or less a positive direction. And I know that may come off as a little cliche or whatever, or corny, but it ain't corny to me, because there were times where I didn't really believe in myself, and I mean, how can anyone else expect to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? And a lot of you guys came through to me, and a lot of you guys have given me motivation, inspiration, have given me a reason to pursue and have that ambition to, go further in life. And I would only hope that I would, be able to give that back, because I often tell you guys, if there's anything you guys want to do in life, you shouldn't let anyone or anything hold you back from that. I've had many people tell me, negative things, and 90% of the time I kind of shrug that off of me, because it's not really that big of an issue. But more or less, sometimes, because not all of us have thick skin, we can allow some of those words to sink in and just, dig a hole at you. there have been many goals that I've accomplished this year, many goals that I have not. In which case, there have been some personal gym goals that I wasn't able to accomplish. In which case, I'm hoping that next year I'm not as complacent as I was this year, and I really get my ass back in the gym. And of course, for a lot of you that are familiar with my vlogging channel, I've been talking about this for a long time. And if you guys haven't checked out my vlogging channel, it will be located down below. I've gotten to be very personal on there, more or less than I am on here. But I do have set goals, and I really hope that you guys yourselves also have some goals in mind. Now, I know that the whole New Year's resolution thing may seem like a corny gimmick, but it's not a gimmick if you look down the line, and especially at times like this. I mean, it's December 30th. I'm looking back on ever since January 1st, and I'm asking myself, like, did I accomplish what I wanted to accomplish? Did I accomplish my goals? Did I meet my expectations, the expectations that I have set myself? To some degree, yes, and I'm very proud of that. To some, I'm not. And I really hope that next year I meet said goals and I accomplish that for the benefit of my livelihood and alongside many other things. And I really hope and I pray, and I know a lot of people aren't really religious, or you might be from a different background. You might be a Muslim, you might be a Catholic, or a Jew, you might be whatever, but I really hope that you guys have a blessed year coming up, and I really hope that you guys really do have happiness come about you. I don't wish bad upon nobody, because I've been in a situation to where I've seen bad things happen to good people, and to me, I don't think that anyone is really that bad or that evil to deserve anything. Whether that be a hater of mine or whether that be a subscriber, I really hope that everybody on an individual basis has a blessing coming to them in the new year, and I really hope that a lot of you guys are safe and happy and healthy, and I really hope that you guys really do meet your goals and set your goals. And although it may seem impossible in essence to reach some of these things, you'll never really know unless you try, and I'm living proof of that, because I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing professional wrestling, and a lot of you guys may be asking me about the whole wrestling concept. I took some time off because I had a nagging injury. I had a few nagging injuries in my ankle that did not allow me to perform on a certain standard. Now, hopefully enough, next year, one of my set goals is to get back into wrestling, get back in that ring, and entertain and perform on a very high caliber. Now, a lot of you guys may not know, but yes, I am a wrestler. I'm a professional wrestler, very similar to the stuff that you see in WWE or in the indies, as they say, Ring of Honor, Evolve, and stuff. I have set goals. I took some time to recuperate and just heal up my little nagging injuries, because sometimes wrestling can really affect you, in terms of like a physical conditioning. It can really get to you if you're not careful enough. So I took some time off of that. So one of my goals for next year is to get back into professional wrestling, to give it my all, because I've given my all before. I've seen the outcome. Of course, I didn't want to pursue more or less of that because of my nagging injuries, because you don't want to risk breaking something or whatever. Alongside with that, the channel has been a blessing. And that's not because of me ultimately enough. It's because of you guys. You guys have took the time to legitimately believe in me and care about me and look at me and say, wow, that guy puts a smile on my face. I don't really care about the way he sounds or the way he does his stuff. Like this is someone who actually entertains me and informs me and keeps me in a positive vibe. And a lot of you guys have just been very, very gracious enough to give me some feedback on that. A lot of you guys have sent me some really, really, really inspiring messages, like some stuff that I never thought as an individual. I was like, holy crap, like I helped you through that. I've helped someone through depression. I've helped someone get by when a family member died, and I can't please everyone, and I'm sorry. I'm one human being. I can't please everybody. I try. I really, really try, to stay as productive, as influential, as knowledgeable as I possibly can. I'm a human being. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. Sometimes we can't allow our ego and our pride to get the better of us, because that sometimes clouds your judgment on people. It's YouTube. There are a lot of people on YouTube that allow their ego and their pride to cloud their judgment, and sometimes that can ultimately affect the way you look at somebody. And I just really hope that I was one of the people, one of your YouTubers that you can consider your favorite, and really helped you guys because I can't even begin to describe how much you've helped me put food in my fridge, allow myself to live in this apartment, because there was a time where, and a lot of you guys have seen my stream before, where I almost was on the brink of being homeless, and thank God I pulled myself through that, because that wasn't really a good time in my life. I mean, I was going through a lot. I was on food stamps, and I was on the back to the work program and the Goodwill program, and I was like in a very dark place back in the day, and I managed to just scratch and claw and just lose sleep, and have 3 jobs, working in the bank, doing part-time in the store, and doing YouTube, and then just consistently cycling through wrestling and stuff. I would go to work in the morning, come back, go to the gym, come back, go to wrestling practice, come back, do YouTube until like 3 in the morning, pass out, wake up at 6, and do it all over again every single day. And I don't regret it all. That's just me as an individual. I feel like we as individuals can inspire to be something more in life, can inspire to be the best that we can possibly be, without anyone having to cloud your judgment or tell you that you can't do something. I mean, we've paid our dues. All of us have paid our dues, and if you haven't paid your dues, you're going to pay your dues, but nobody can ever tell you that you can't do something, because I'm one example amongst millions that can tell you that if I can do it, you can do it. And I've pulled myself out of a deep, dark hole that I thought I was just going to sink into the abyss and never be able to climb out. It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. And for next year, hopefully enough. I mean, we're almost at 300,000 subscribers. I told you guys a very long time ago, for those who've been with me since day one, I remember I thought to myself, I'm not going to get past 100. And then when I got past 100 back in the day, I was like, oh, let me see if I can get to 1,000. And I was like, oh my God, it's actually working out for me. Wow, I never would have thought. Because my older YouTube channels, my old crusty ones, they didn't really have anything. I had shitty videos with standard def camera and pixelated stuff. It was just terrible. Horrible microphone and stuff. It was just bad. And to see the growth on this channel is just overwhelming to me. So I have a little goal, and I know a lot of you guys were asking me on Twitter, and a lot of you guys were asking me like, Al, what's your goal? Hopefully enough for the channel. Hopefully enough we can get to 400,000 subscribers by June of next year. If not, that's fine. I'm not gonna cry a river. And I am working on 3 channels now. I have this channel, I have my vlogging channel, and I have UnrealEnt Network. So that's multiple channels that I'm cycling all at once, because one's a vlogging channel, this channel is a Dragon Ball channel, a gameplay channel, let's play channel, an entertainment channel, pretty much an everything channel, primarily Dragon Ball. And I have UnrealEnt Network that I'm working on doing rants and just pretty much giving my opinion on certain things that I like and dislike about movies and whatever said be. But I really hope that I'm not boring you to death, but just having to reflect back on the year. I do regret some things. I do regret some arguments with people. I do regret having to bump heads with certain people. I do regret having to overlook myself at times, because there were certain things that I fell back on and I was saying to myself, that's good enough. But then when I look back on it later, I'm just like, that wasn't good enough. So, there have been tons of people that have been with me last year. A prime example of that was Rhyme Style. Rhyme Style Dino, I've gotten to know as an individual. And I'll be honest, I've lost communication with Rhyme Style. I don't know why. He was always a person that I would say is one of the good guys. You get what I'm saying? He was one of the good guys. Not just a good guy, but he was someone that looked after you. And that is a person that I owe to a lot, because on a personal level, me and him connected, and he's helped me a lot. And it's sad because I lost communication with him. I don't really know what happened. I would like to know what happened. That's another little goal of mine, is to see what happened between us, and hopefully enough, mend the bridge and just be able to communicate and just be friends again, I guess you could say. No beef, no nothing, just miscommunication in essence, alongside many other people as well. And a lot of people don't know this, but I am in a position where I wish I were able to do more with my background here at home, but I'm taking care of my mom. So it's a very hard thing to focus on your own life, but then have a giant responsibility of taking care of your sick mom. A lot of you guys may know my friend Bob. He had a mom. His mom she has terminal cancer, and the cancer spread throughout her body, and she's gonna die. She has about a year to live. And I reflect that, and I look back on my mom, because my mom has diabetes, and my mom's a chain smoker. I hate that so much about her, man. And she has a very small stage of cancer, and that's just something that kind of eats me up, because I was I'm not regretting taking care of her. I love taking care of my mom. She's the only person that I got. But aside from her being the only person that I have, I realized this year and last year as well that you guys are also people that I have that I can call family. It's the Unreal family. It's the YouTube family. And there were times where a lot of people came through to me that I didn't even expect they would do that to me. Because honestly, sometimes I just think, well, who gives a shit about me? Because in real life, I mean, I just got done watching A Bronx Tale for the first time yesterday, and it's interesting enough because C actually says to Sonny, because Sonny told C, he said, in real life, nobody really gives a shit. No matter what you do, nobody gives a shit. And I realized that people do sometimes give a shit, and a lot of you guys were there to actually give a shit about me when I didn't even give a shit about myself. Excuse my language. And hopefully enough next year I get to better my situation at home. I get to better myself as a person, because health-wise, I went down. And I really got to get back on track with that one. There's been lots of drama on YouTube with said parties, a lot of our favorite YouTubers and stuff. But I'm just hoping that things get better, not just within the community, but with as individuals. And for all of you watching this, I want to say thank you so very much for this entire year. Are my eyes getting puffy? I hope not. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for everything throughout the year, and I wish you and your families nothing but love, blessings. If you guys don't want to buy into what I'm saying, I don't care. I'm speaking from the heart right now, just straight up talking to you guys. Whether you guys care or don't care, I really hope that you guys have a wonderful year coming up, a wonderful personal and professional life. And I also wanted to talk, and I know I might be rambling right now, and I do want to say I'm sorry, but there's just so much for me to talk about here, and just having to reflect on the year. You also have to cherish friendships. You have to cherish a lot of things, because we've lost a lot of great people this year. Lots of people, lots and lots of people. A lot of us have lost someone personally. We've lost many great people, in the industry. Carrie Fisher, Muhammad Ali, etc., many people. And it's sad because you'll never really know when someone's time is up. This could be your final Christmas with someone that you know that just may not be here next year. Myself included. Anything can happen to any of us. Look at what happened with Quaman. I remember talking to Quaman last year. I remember I spoke to him once on Skype. Very cool kid. Even though he doesn't talk to me, I don't talk to him. For whatever reason, I would like to talk to Quaman. He got into a very bad accident, and he was reflecting on his life. And having to listen throughout his entire 1 hour video, there were things that I can definitely relate to, and there were things that I can definitely look back on and say, I can connect with you on that. And he was in a position where he almost died. He didn't know that. He didn't know what was going to happen to him. And that just goes to show that at any given moment, you can go. Your time is up. That's it. When God calls your number, it's said and done. And so I would say cherish those that are in your life now, because you'll never know when they're gone. I've had a lot of people message me this year saying thank you, because you've gotten me through the death of my brother, my dad, my friend, and that's like, wow, I haven't had a friend die in a long time, knock on wood. But it like the moral of this message is just look back on the year, be thankful, don't hold any grudges, remove the hate from your heart. If you hate a YouTuber, if you hate an individual, if you hate a family member, if you hate your girlfriend, your boyfriend, if you hate someone, remove that hate from your heart and just learn how to appreciate and just cherish and accept the outcome. You don't always have to be correct, you don't always have to be wrong, but just don't hold anything against anybody. For me, as of today, I'm not going to hold anything against anybody. I wouldn't want to wish anything upon anybody, because again, you'll never know when some tragedy might occur that can take someone from you. just hopefully enough 2017 will be a better year for us all, not just for me but for you, for your family. And I hope that you guys accomplish your goals and your dreams. And I want to hear it from you guys. I want to hear it like, yo, Al, I did it. I accomplished this. I accomplished that. There have been many of you guys that have hit me up saying, yo, I did this and I did that. And, and I'm just like, yo, good shit. Good shit. Keep it going. If you get there, don't be complacent, because, there's more things to it than just being at where you're at now. You can always just go further in life. So I want to hear it. I want to hear your accomplishments. If you guys have failed, let me know. I failed too. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm perfect. I've failed this year as well. I've had many failures, just like I've had many successes. So I want to go on ahead and wrap things up because I don't want to ramble on too much. Thank you all so very much for everything. I love you guys. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for helping my channel. Thank you for helping me grow as an individual. I can only make the promise and say that I hope that I can improve myself as an individual by next year and just continuously get better. And I wish nothing but the best for all of you. Have a wonderful new year. I'll be doing my New Year's vlog starting tomorrow, so it'll be up on the 1st, in which you'll see a bunch of shenanigans or whatever. Have a very safe New Year's, guys. God bless you all. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you all in 2017. Take it easy, guys. Peace.